discussing about and as well as an OR operation, right? So on top of this one, what I want to do right now means let us study about a conditional statements in Java. Okay, conditional statements in Java. So what exactly these conditional statements does, and how are we going to deal with these conditional statements in Java? So the point here is to check whether something is performed or not. We are using these conditional statements in Java. Whether that activity is properly completed or not, we are using a conditional statements. So a simple example out over there, even in our real world, day-to-day life also, we use a lot of conditional checks. A simple example for this conditional check is, assume that I went to a grocery mart to purchase a shampoo. Before purchasing that, a conditional check that I will do is, if the expiry date is greater than or equal to 1 year, purchase the product. If the expiry date is less than or equal to 1 year, place the product there. This is what the conditional check that I usually do on any kind of a purchase that I'm doing. Right, guys? Every person has their own conditional checks, basically. If this happens, then only I will do that. Another conditional check I can do, for suppose, if I got a distinction in my graduation, I will purchase a car. If I got, a first class, I will purchase a bike. If I got, second class, I will purchase a cycle. If I am fail in the exam, I will purchase a chocolate. So it means you have a condition check with you. Based on the response, you are performing certain operations. The similar way, these conditional checks will also be possible in the programming language that we are using, whether it is a Java or any other programming language. You need to use an if blocks. If blocks are used for these conditional statements. Okay, if blocks are used for these conditional statements. If, so what we need to do for this particular if condition, whenever the condition outcome is true, it will enter into the block and it will perform the operations. What operations it's going to perform? Whichever the things you want, you can perform that particular operations. For this, if you are giving any condition, so the outcome should be either true or a false. For this, if you need to pass either true or false. If the value that whatever you are passing is a true, then only the logic present in the if block will be executed. Okay, then only the logic present in the if block will be executed. So people will be representing this stuff with some kind of a pictorial representations like this. If the condition is true, execute this one. If the condition is false, execute this one. Okay, if it is true, execute this stuff, or false, execute this stuff. In the current situation, I'm just using an if block and I'm just performing that operation now. Let's go back and let us create a new program to see how these conditional blocks will work. Demo 6. And I am creating with a main method here. So I was just adding a main method here. And on this main method, int a equal to 5, int b equal to 3. I have defined two variables, a and b here, guys. Okay, I have defined two variables, a and as well as a b. And if, what would be the condition? A greater than a b. It means if the value present in a variable is greater than a b variable, then what I want to do, system.out.println, a is a big will be printed down to the console. Okay, whenever the value present in a variable is greater, then only it will enter this. So it means if this condition outcome is true, then only it will enter here. The greater than operation, what it's going to do means it will check whether the first number is greater than the second number or not, it will check that condition. If that condition is true, then only it will perform this operation. Okay, perfect. Let us try to run the script. As of now, if you observe this stuff manually, I know my A value is a 5, B value is a 4, which means that A is greater than B. And when I run my script as a Java application this time, see, A is about bigger got printed down to the console. For suppose if my B value is 13, in the current situation, I have observed that my A value is less than a B value. Now, when I run my script at this time, nothing is being printed. The reason is to enter the if block, the condition should satisfy, then only it will enter the logic into the block. So an example for this one is, assume that we are attending a movie and the check they have given to enter the theater premises is person who is going to watch the movie should have an age greater than or equal to 18 years. If they feel that this person is not having less than not having 18 years, then he will send him back. The same way here also, if A is greater than B, then only the logic present in the if block will be executed, else the logic present in the if block will not be executed. So for this, what we can do means we can add an else block, else system.out.println, okay, else system.out.println, B is big. So if A is not big, automatically, sorry, there is a typo. So if A is not big, automatically this B is big. I'm just printing it down. Okay, if A is not big, automatically the B outcome will be big. When I run my test script, the condition is true. See, at one point of time, in either if else, only one will be executed. Either if or else will be executed, not both will be executed at one point of time. If has already executed, then it will not execute the content present in an else block. If is not executed, then the content present in an else block will be executed, guys. That's it. Okay. If and else. That's it. And then the next point here is we are specifying a single condition here. Depending on a project requirement, we can specify multiple conditions also. So demo 7 with the main method. Let us define the variables.
Question in demo 6. Could you
yes,
please go back?
Sure. 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a demo 6. Yeah, I'm on a demo 6. Please go ahead. Yeah.
My question is, if A is greater than B, can we do like this? Okay, let's pretend A is greater than B and then have one more integer A, which is C. Then we can perform A plus B.
We can do that. See, the customization is up to you. Whichever the customizations you want after completing this condition, you can do all those customizations. There is no specific restriction that we have to do in this way. Whichever the logic you are comfortable with, you can deal with it.
We can declare the integer C within the if class, right?
Yes, you can declare it, but the scope of that one will be within the block itself. Okay, it means you can't access that C outside that particular block.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, we will see if at all we define something within a variable, how exactly within a block, how exactly we are going to use it. Anyways, we will see moving ahead also.
Okay. Thank you.
And the deal. And then here we have 3 variables, A, B, and a C. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, guys. So here I'm just using this block, which is if A is greater than B and if A is greater than C. That's it. I'm just asking my program to perform this particular operation. Okay, to perform this particular operation. A is greater than B and as well as A is greater than C. So whenever this condition is true, greater than B and C, system.out.println A is B. So if this condition outcome is true and this condition outcome is true, then only this logic will be executed. Else if B is greater than A and B is greater than C, system.out.println B is B. Else if C is greater than A and C is greater than B, system.out.println C is B. So here guys, if you clearly observe, at one point of time only one will be executed, either A, B, C, any one of these three logics will be executed guys. Other than that, it will not execute anything else. Now here if you observe, we are appending multiple conditions using this AND operator. With the help of this AND operator, we are using these multiple conditions. Now, when I run my script as a Java application, it's getting executed and A is big got printed. First, suppose if my B value is 14 and when I run my script as a Java application, B is big got printed. If my C value is 30 and when I run my script as a Java application, C is big got printed down to the console. Okay. So this is the way, how can we add an AND operator and how can we perform multiple conditions. Yes. And another small correction that I want to do is in demo 6 program, if you clearly observe, whenever the condition is true, internally, how many lines of logic you have in a if block? Only one line. Whenever the condition is false in an else block, also you have only one liner logic. If block is having a single liner logic and else block is having a single liner logic. So how can I convert this method? Means, see here, I'm just converting this method. See here, whenever you have a single liner logics, you can delete the braces and directly write down the logic next to that condition itself. So Java will recognize that. You no need to write down the open brace, close the brace and all those things. If followed by a logic, else followed by a logic, directly you can do that if you have a single liner logic inside that. So here also I have a single liner logic. I'm commenting this thing. And I'm converting this logic here. Okay, I'm just converting this logic here. Else, if this, so guys, I'm not doing anything, guys. So what I'm doing right now means whichever the stuff is there, I'm just deleting those braces. That's it. Other than that, I'm not doing anything else. Okay, I just deleted the braces. So this is how it was earlier, and this is how it was converted right now. That's it. So this is the way how exactly we need to deal with this particular if conditional statements. Any questions for me on this? Any?
No.
Okay. Okay, cool. Done the deal, guys. Okay, perfect. That's all I have for today, guys. Okay, so others, you all can